Hey everybody. All right, today, massage therapists, we're going to talk about levels of organization. Some books will call it levels of structural organization, but the way that organization, this is within the human body, and we're going to start with something that not a lot of people like to talk about, but I'll build it up like a stair, and we'll get to know the importance of seeing from big to small how the body fits together. Now, we do have this chemical level down here that most people will kind of turn off the video or completely tune me out and say, I'm a massage therapist, why do I need to know about chemistry? So I will tell you, when we talk about molecules, and even on a smaller level, we talk about atoms, and the way the body behaves is directly related to the chemical environment. So don't tune me out, don't tune me off yet. We have to talk about the small parts in order to be able to talk about the body as a whole. Because yes, we all subscribe to mind, body, soul, right? The whole human organism relies on chemistry. And stay with me. So we have atoms, and we have molecules on a very small level. This is our chemistry. This is who we are, and this is how we behave, believe it or not. But we can put these together in various ways, and we start to get a little bigger, and everybody goes, yes, I know cells. Cells are responsible for all of the specific doings of the body, and again, millions of different types of cells. So when we talk about cells, we can't say just human cells. We have specialized cells that make up the skin, or make up, as we start to get a little bigger and bigger, we start to realize that cells will actually work together, and we will look at things like tissues, body tissues. So if we look at cells and we put them together and we specialize them, we have different types of tissues. Now I'm going to use a different color here, because within the tissues side of things, we can start to get a little more specific, and the most abundant, we have a kind of a funny word called epithelial tissues, and these are covering tissues in the body. The next one's pretty easy, that's connective tissue. What do you think that does for a living? We will find that connective tissue is a type of tissue that we're learning, and it's 2011 right now, and I will tell you that in the last couple of years, a type of connective tissue known as loose areolar, don't worry about it, but it's a type of connective tissue we all call fascia. And we're starting to realize that through this great body of research that we have, and we even have major fascia congresses that are looking into, we have researchers that are looking into what fascia does, and it doesn't just connect. It is responsible for reporting back to the nervous system, which we're going to get to systems in a second. And so, yeah, we call it connective tissue, but we're actually starting to call it a regulatory system, and fascia is going to get, it's going to change. So don't hang your hat on these necessarily, because we will have things changing, and God forbid, right? I mean, just when you think you've got it, things change. All right, so anyway, then we have the muscle tissue, and then we have nervous tissue. So when I say the most abundant, epithelial is the covering tissue, connective being the connecting tissue for the most part. Muscle tissues are movement tissue, and nervous system, or in this case we're talking about nervous tissue, is our responding tissue. So put together these tissues, and now we start to get a little more specialized. And I'm wondering what I'm doing here. Cells, tissues, organs. I might have put too many up here. And we can name the number of organs out there. Our largest organ in the body is our skin. And if I put our organs this way, yes, we have the skin, the heart. I'm not sure I can name all of these, but I will give you just a good example, right? Heart, lungs, kidneys, liver. We often think about the abdominal area, but our brain is an organ. So on and on and on, gallbladder, appendix even considered an organ, but urinary bladder, uterus, testes, and on and on. So our body organs are really just specialized tissues put together, working together for multiple functions. We have specialized organs, even near these organs, that are constantly talking back and forth. So don't think of these as islands. Think of these as this, of course, intricate system of our human body, but these are examples of organs. We definitely have more beyond that, and ultimately they're tissues, and those are cells that are working specifically, and really it's the molecular at the very small level that we get behavior within those organs, right? So now put together these organs. This might be one of the most debated, difficult ways to look at the body, but we often study the body in systems. And a lot of the times, one of the best systems to start with is our largest organ. We have body systems like the skin, also known as the integument, the integumentary system. Is a great body system where we utilize our skin for multiple purposes, not just to protect us, but also to respond to the environment and to secrete and to detect. And so the skin's pretty specialized system. We call it the integumentary. But we also have the skeletal system and the muscular system and the nervous system. And I will keep going if you like. We have the endocrine system. We have the circulatory system, which can often be broken down into the cardiovascular system, but let's just say circulatory. I'm running out of room, but you understand green is systems. So with these body systems, circulatory, then we have which often will include the lymphatic system, but I'll go ahead and write it separately. Again, each textbook is different, so if you're watching this and you're shaking your finger at me and you're saying, Dawn, that's ridiculous, the lymphatic is part of the circulatory. Yeah, there will be textbooks that will include it that way, and I do believe that all these systems work together, so keep that in mind. We need the heart to be able to pump and the lymphatic system to be able to bring stuff back. Stuff I'll explain later. All right, so lymphatic system. I'm still going. Respiratory system. Ooh, that's our lungs, right? Very important. Respiratory, got to breathe. Urinary. Ooh, digestive. And last but not least, the reproductive system. Reproduction. Yep, we have a number of systems in the body, and again, all working together to, drum roll, ready for this, to make up the body organism. And we're only looking at the physiology, we're only saying anatomy and physiology, we're looking at the body as an organism. We're not forgetting about the mind, the body, the soul, all in one. We are looking at just the human organism. So if we start all the way down here at the smallest level, I didn't write that much, but I will tell you chemistry is one of the most important subject matters just to have a slight handle on, just to know that the body is regulated and controlled, and without that small chemical environment, we would be worthless. I don't know any other way to say it, but gotta know your chemistry on a small level. Cells, tissues, organs, systems, body organism, levels of organization. Very important for the massage therapist to at least get a grip. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.